Hello, hello. Welcome to Inklings with Irena, the weekly energy show connecting you to your intuitive guidance system. So I want to talk about now what? An interesting question came in after one of my latest lives, talking all about knowing your intuition, your gut instinct versus your ego. Like, is this really intuitive guidance? Or is this just some random thought popping into my head? Am I really being drawn to take action in a particular area that's going to help benefit me? So that's what I want to talk about today. When that ability starts to come through where you know your intuitive guidance is talking to you, that it's not just your head running around in circles or random bits of worry popping up. If we haven't met yet, my name is Irena Miller and I'm an intuitive energy guide, and I have been guiding visionary women for over 2 decades in developing their intuitive gifts so they know how to utilize them on a daily basis to feel abundant, to manifest their dreams, to bring those projects into real 3D life, and be able to share them with the world. This is my joy. So thank you so much for being here with me today, and let me know where you're watching from. I love to know where everybody's tuning in from the world. So talking about once you start to develop that feeling and understanding of, you know what, this isn't just some random thought or experience that's happening. This is intuition. This is my gut instinct. Something's up. Well, in the beginning, when we start to connect with our intuition, it really does seem like a random coincidence. And we wonder, okay, this is great. It's nice to get an intuitive hit every now and then, a feeling I should call my mom, urge to go to the grocery store now. But how does that really benefit me in the long run if it's just some random thing that happens? That's where I want to come in and tell and offer you and invite you to know about that there are ways, formulas, practices that you can do to create repeated, consistent results. So let me paint a picture a little bit to make this a little more easily understandable, because the world of energy and intuition is a bit etheric and intangible. So imagine you have a product you love, like a jacket, let's say. My son has this jacket he loves, and it's got a hole right here in the cuff in the sleeve. Now, luckily, the company who makes the jacket is fabulous with customer service. They stand behind their products, and if something happens like that, because the sewing just kind of missed the mark, he can contact them and they will repair it. So imagine, like my son, you contact customer service and you say, all right, I've got this product and it's defective. And I really love it, I want to keep it, but what do I do next? When you contact customer service, they're busy, they say, leave a message. Fantastic, you left the message. Now you're waiting. Now what? You know the message has gone through, but now what? How are they going to get that answer back to you? This is that part that I want to talk about today, the way the information comes through. Are they going to send an email? Are they going to send a voicemail and call your cell phone? Are they going to send a snail mail message with a package? Go ahead and just mail it back to us. We'll repair it. Because if you don't know the way the information is going to come through, you're not going to be alert and aware to receive it. So when we talk about intuition being random, like some random stroke of inspiration, many times it's because we don't know how the information is going to come through. Some days we might just be tuned in to a particular wave or frequency or ability, and the information hits us. We know. And other days we miss it. We put out a prayer or request like, Dear St. Anthony, please help me find my missing phone, which happened to my husband yesterday. And how will that information come through? How will St. Anthony give you the guidance? Well, when you know what I'm getting ready to share with you, these next 4 things, it's going to make a world of difference, because now you're going to know where to look. So in the customer service kind of example, my son knows they're going to email him back. So keep an eye open for email. If it was a voicemail, how many people check their voicemail these days? So that would be an opportunity to look out and say, okay, I better keep my eye open on who's calling. But we know how the information's coming through, and we don't have to feel like, oh, they don't love me, they didn't answer, stinky customer service, why didn't Santa, but they do. The angels and guides, they always answer your request, 100%. It's just sometimes we don't know the way the information is coming through. I love talking about this. I'm getting excited and talking fast. So let me know if I'm talking too fast. Let's talk about these 4 main ways that you can receive information. There are many more than it, but the 4 basic clairs, which is just French for clear, is a fabulous place to start. Some of you might have heard of clairvoyance, clear seeing. Now, clairvoyance, I feel, has gotten a bit of a bad rap because many people, when they think of clairvoyance, they feel like I gotta see with my eyeballs. I have to see colors and auras, and I see dead people. Okay, there are people out there who have that gift, and you can develop it too if you wish. But more often than not, even the people with that gift, the way they use clairvoyance is in their mind, in their head. It starts with imagination. We have to suspend disbelief a little bit. So for example, let's say you're talking with someone and a movie scene pops into your head. That would be clairvoyance. Imagine you are talking with someone and you get just this, there's a different example I wanted. It popped out of my mind because what I really want to say is imagine dreaming. Do you dream? And if you dream, do you dream in Technicolor? That's a way that clairvoyance comes through. Clairvoyance isn't always seeing with your eyes. Like when I read a person's energy field, in my imagination, like in my head, it starts with imagination. I start to say, okay, what colors are around them? And I start to see in my head, not with my eyeballs necessarily, I can if I want to, the beautiful yellow around their auric field. The next clear way of getting information is clairaudience, clear hearing. And clairaudience also can sometimes get an interesting rap because you might think, well, if I'm going to receive guidance, is it going to be the voice of God booming out of the clouds? All right, yeah, maybe. But more often than not, it's popping up in your head like lyrics to a song. You know, have you ever woken up with a song in your head? I get that a lot. I get a lot of lyrics popping into my head. And I know, okay, wait a second. Is this guidance? Did I ask for something earlier today? That's why it's good to write down your questions too, because sometimes we forget we ask for help or we forget what we asked for exactly. And the questions are important. So pay attention to the lyrics that pop into your head. That's clairaudience. High-pitched noises. That's another way clairaudience comes in. Quotes from a movie or words that pop in, to your mind, so to speak. That is a way that guidance can come through. The next clear knowing is claircognizance, which is clear knowing. You just know it's true. Imagine you're talking to someone and they're telling you all about their adventure and you're like, that's not true. I think they're exaggerating a little bit. Maybe you've been called a know-it-all before. And you're like, yeah, because I'm claircognizant. I just know. So claircognizance is this knowing. You can't explain why. There's no logic behind it. People will be like, well, why, what makes you feel like that? Like, they never said anything bad to you. Why do you feel they don't like you? You're like, I just know. We just know there's a claircognizance to it. And then talking about feeling, clairsentience, and that's the one that many people have access to. That's kind of one of the ones that's most easily recognizable in us at first. Clairsentience means clear feeling, and with the clear feeling, that's those moments of like when you get goosebumps on your arm. You're talking with someone and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've got goosebumps, like, oh, me too, that's true for me. Maybe it's that butterflies in your tummy, your stomach hurts when you talk to certain people, or you walk into a room and you know there's been a fight. You feel it in your body. The hairs go up on the back of your neck. That's clairsentience. So knowing the 4 kind of basic or foundational clairs that the information, the guidance can come through enables you to be on the lookout a little bit more easily, to know that there's a repeatable formula that you can use to receive guidance day in, day out. So start kind of tuning in and noticing when intuition hits, when that feeling hits. How's it coming through? Are you getting an image that pops into your head? Was it a dream, that you had that gave you a feeling to call someone? Did you get lyrics to a song? Do you just know that something's kind of fishy? Or is there that moment where your body is telling you, something's a little off here? What's going on? The hairs on the back of my neck are going up. My tummy hurts. Paying attention to those 4 clairs is the next best step you can take on this intuitive journey. These are definitely stepping stones, and there are ways to refine and build this. So if you want to know more, drop me a little heart emoji in the comments below. This is what I love teaching and sharing and guiding everyone through. So thank you for joining me live. It's great to have you. And if you know what your clair is, your clear ability, let me know too. Share that. It's so much fun to go through this process because all of a sudden life becomes very wondrous, and before I popped on, the song that popped into my head, it's more from South Pacific. I don't know what it is. South Pacific's been with me a lot lately, but there's this one song, Dites-moi pourquoi la vie est belle. It's tell me why life is beautiful. Well, life is beautiful when you know how to use all of your senses. And that goes beyond just the touching, the tasting, the seeing, the feeling. We're talking about your intuitive senses as well, all of your clairs. So life is beautiful when you have access to all of your senses and you can feel it on a multi-sensory level and engage in that way. So thank you for being here with me. I love to have you, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Mwah. Bye, guys.